Stories presents.
It was 2:17 a.m. Daniel suddenly woke up from his sleep. The room was completely dark, except for a faint streetlight coming through the window. For a moment, everything felt normal, until he heard something. A voice, very faint, coming from the room next door. At first, he thought it was just his imagination. Maybe someone outside, maybe a TV somewhere. But then he heard it again. A whisper. Slow. Cold. Daniel? His body froze. No one lived in the next room. Daniel had moved into this apartment only 3 weeks ago. The landlord clearly told him the room next to his was empty. No furniture, no electricity, nothing. Yet the whisper came again. Daniel. His heart started beating faster. He slowly got out of bed and walked toward the wall. The whisper stopped. Complete silence. Daniel stood there, listening carefully. Nothing. He took a deep breath. Maybe it was just his mind playing tricks. He went back to bed. But just as he closed his eyes, knock. 3 soft knocks on the wall. Daniel sat up immediately. Knock. 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 This time louder. Someone was definitely there. Hello? Daniel said nervously. No reply, just silence. He turned on his phone flashlight. The wall looked normal, but suddenly, knock. From the exact spot where the light was pointing. Daniel stepped back. Who's there? He asked. A few seconds passed. Then slowly, a voice replied from the other side of the wall. You. Daniel felt his blood run cold. The voice sounded exactly like him. Same tone, same accent, same breathing. He stepped closer to the wall. Stop messing with me, Daniel said. Immediately the voice repeated, Stop messing with me. Daniel froze. Whatever was there, it was copying him. He stayed silent. The voice stayed silent too. 10 seconds passed. Then Daniel whispered, What do you want? From the wall came the same words. What do you want? But something felt strange. The voice wasn't copying after him. It was speaking at the same time. Daniel stepped away slowly. His mind started racing. Maybe someone broke into the empty room. Maybe it was a prank. He grabbed his keys and walked into the hallway. The corridor lights flickered, and the door of the empty room was slightly open. Daniel hesitated. The landlord said this room was locked, but now it was open. A cold breeze came from inside. He slowly pushed the door. The room was completely dark, empty, dusty, silent. Daniel stepped inside. "Hello?" he called. No reply. He moved his flashlight across the room. Nothing. Then suddenly, a whisper behind him, very close. "You shouldn't be here." Daniel turned around instantly. No one. The room was still empty. His heart started pounding. "Who's there?" he shouted. Silence. Then the whisper came again, but this time from the wall. Daniel slowly walked closer, and that's when he saw it. A mirror. Old. Dusty. He was sure that mirror wasn't there before. He stepped closer. His reflection stared back at him, but something felt wrong. Daniel slowly raised his hand. The reflection raised its hand too. But half a second late, Daniel stopped breathing. "That's impossible," he whispered. The reflection slowly smiled, but Daniel didn't. The reflection leaned closer to the mirror and spoke. Finally, Daniel stumbled back. "What are you?" The reflection tilted its head. "I'm you, but not the version that's trapped outside." 3 weeks ago, you moved into this apartment. Daniel nodded slowly. "And 3 weeks ago, you looked into this mirror." Daniel suddenly remembered. The first night. The empty room. The mirror. The reflection placed its hand on the glass. That was the moment the switch happened. Daniel felt dizzy. The real Daniel is inside the mirror. And you are the copy. Daniel suddenly understood. The whispers, the knocks, the voice. It was the real Daniel, trying to escape. The reflection whispered softly, "Thank you for keeping my life warm." Daniel ran back to his bedroom, but when he entered, the mirror was already there, standing beside his bed, and inside it, the real Daniel smiled, then whispered, "Now it's my turn to come out." The lights went out, and in the darkness, only one voice remained, Daniel's voice, but no one knew which one was real anymore. And maybe the scariest part of this story isn't the mirror. It's the idea that somewhere in a dark corner of the world, there might be another version of you, watching, waiting, living your life, while the real you is trapped somewhere you can't escape from. Psychologists say that the human brain is capable of creating another identity, another version of itself, a version that thinks it is the real one. So the next time you wake up at night and hear something whisper your name, don't answer, because sometimes the voice calling you might not be a ghost.